back to our Travelling Tuesday. I'm the marketing manager at Amazing Spaces, and I'm here with Julia, the owner of Amazing Spaces, and we're standing in Stargazer.
I signed up this location 6+ years ago, and what is so amazing about being here today is you can see how this house has just matured into the most beautiful, loved, lived-in space. And we'll show you images of the garden soon, but it is honestly absolutely spectacular, especially at this time of the year. So here we are outside the Stargazer contemporary farmhouse, and you can see behind me how incredible this architecture is in terms of creating that barn on my left is a central point of the home. It has glass all the way around, capturing the mountain views, and captures light all times during the day. So what's so beautiful is you'll get the morning lights coming in from the east side, and in the afternoon it comes in very cleverly from the high-raised glass elements on the ceiling coming in the afternoon, which I think is just gorgeous.
Hi, I'm Jane, the owner of Stargazer. When we were looking to buy in Cape Town, we, as many Johannesburgers are, we were very obsessed with having a mountain view. We were also very focused on Constantia. We fell in love with this property because it is so close to nature. There's a nature reserve at the end of the road. It had the most exquisite English-style garden, not an indigenous garden, but which really suited the very high water table and deep soils and beautiful trees. But the house was very uninspiring. We interviewed 3 architects and we decided to work with Neal Sachs. I think because he's very bold, he's very contemporary, but also he was very, very open to interpreting our brief and working in an iterative way to ensure that we co-created the design of the house. So it has elements of what we love. He was very careful to ensure that our wish to preserve as much of the original house as possible was adhered to. So for instance, we worked together, Neal and I, with the builder to ensure that there was no heavy machinery brought onto the property, and that the existing house was dismantled virtually by hand, and the bricks were cleaned and restored by hand, which really gave us a sense of continuity and a sense of that we were not just destroying its historical context as well. And Neal was also very keen to work with us on other areas of sustainability as well. We insisted that the floors were Forestry Stewardship Council certified, in other words, that we knew that they were from sustainable forests, which was very important to us. We avoided too much cement where we could, too much concrete. The outside decks are all wooden. We wanted there to be space under the decks so that creatures could have space to move if they wanted. We do live in a wildlife area very close to the mountain. With a nature reserve on our doorstep, we have creatures that come into our garden, and we love that. We also ensured that light was brought in from every angle, and the inspired part of the design of the barn was that Neal created interesting perspectives and interesting views from the 3 sides of the barn that were exposed. So there is glass on 3 sides of the barn, embracing 2 different mountain views, the 3rd aspect embracing the garden. So it really was a room that didn't really need to have much in it because the panorama of the garden was brought right into the room. The room actually wanted to be pared down so it didn't detract from nature outside. One of the things we really insisted upon with the builder was that the garden was not damaged. And so building tape was thrown, a cordon was thrown around the building, the direct building site right around the house, and the rest of the garden was completely untouched. And so when we came to inhabit our house, we had the fully fledged garden, the beautiful garden that we had fallen in love with in the first place was still there for us. When it came to decorating our space, we wanted to utilize as much of our existing furniture as possible. We had a very large house in Johannesburg and some very loved pieces, some of them that I had inherited from my grandparents, for instance, and we wanted to integrate those into the house, but also have some modern furniture to reflect the very contemporary design of the house, which was unusual for Constantia 7-8 years ago. My interior designer, Marina Cottino, worked with me very cleverly to blend old and new pieces. She sourced a lot of the new pieces, and also she understood my desire to bring as much African influence as possible, because I come from the game lodge industry, worked in the game lodge industry for many years, and I wanted a strong African influence in the home. So there are a lot of textures, baskets, beadwork, a lot of contemporary African art, everything from ostrich eggshells, to porcupine quills. All sorts of African and natural elements were brought into the decor of the house, and Marina understood me so well in blending those elements and making sure that it was a seamless whole and not a hodgepodge of different elements.
So here we are in this gorgeous kitchen, and don't you just love these blue tiles behind me? And interestingly, they did those 8 years ago. It was the architect's idea, and it was a brave move. And what I love about it is that this is trending right now. So they were way ahead of their time, and it just makes such a bold, incredible statement. I just love it. And also that blue is picked up in accents around the room, so it feels very cohesive when you come into the space, because I think if it was standing alone, it might feel a little bit out of place. But I love that those accents have been brought into the home in cushions, cupboards, lamps. I'm seeing a whole lot of things that look amazing in this.
Even with nature, so one of the features I really love about this house is obviously they've got so many doors and windows, so they're picking up the blue in the sky. They had a conscious effort when it came through to sustainability, which Jane speaks to, and like the outdoor shower, which I love in their master bedroom. That water flows into the garden itself, and it's all these little details that marry really well together, like the flow of this house. From the outside it looks like 3 sections, but it cohesively just comes together.
What's lovely about that as well is it gives the family space to have their own areas when you need a bit of quiet space, and to come together beautifully as a family when you need to. And I think that's important with modern day living.